Hey everyone, welcome back to Code of the Row. In this video, I'm going to be going over the actions component, and this is just a Patreon request going over how to add an action, and it's pretty simple to do so let's get started. So I'm going to go over to my world settings and open the default pawn class, my ACF full player UE4, and this is the fresh sample, but for the sake of this tutorial, I added some animations, and I am just going to use some Wrestler Finisher Volume 1, which has some cool wrestling animations. And yeah, once you're in your character blueprint, head over on the components tab, assuming you're using the full sample, and look for that ACF actions component. And on the right, you're going to see an action set called ACF underscore player underscore AS for action set, and click this file icon, magnifying icon to find it in your content browser. Double click to open it, and you'll be greeted with something that probably looks like this. You're just going to keep expanding it till you see all the actions. And you'll see it says something like actions.dodge, use item, equip range. And if you open these, you'll be able to see montages and the action that's triggering it and what these actions do. So I'll add another action to this by clicking this plus button. And I'll just call this something like actions. And then I'll add a subtag and call this wrestling move, because I'm not sure what animation I'll use just yet. And for the source, I'll select that default gameplay tags.ini and click add new tag and make sure it's checked. And now you'll see that this actions.wrestling move is added, but I need to set an action tag and a montage action. So this is just going to be an attack one. So I'm just going to use the standard ACF action BP, ACF attack action blueprint, and I'll open this up to see what it's using. So you can see that the damage to activate is going to be the left and right weapon. Action cost by default, it's using 32 stamina. I'm actually going to delete this because I'm not going to use any stamina for this. And it has warp information, action effects that you can add from here, and so on. So I'll hit compile and save. And now what I want to do is make an attack montage or a montage action for this to play. So I'm going to look through my animations and let's do something like an attack. And I'll just do this simple kick. So I'll right click on this, create anim montage, and I'll just call this kick underscore AM just so it's easy to find. And I'll make sure that root motion is enabled in the animation itself, just like that. And now I'll just assign that kick animation montage that we made here, and I'll add this to the actions.wrestling move. And what I'm going to do next is actually head back over. I'm going to click save, head back over to my character, and in the event graph, I'm just going to head on down here, and let's add a debug key G, and this is going to trigger an action using the actions component. And it's going to basically grab my actions component as the target. And since we already added our action set, it's basically reading the data off our action set, which is everything in here. So I can just call this actions.wrestling move simply by clicking G, for example. I did debug key G, and it's going to call an action state depending on what I select. And this tag has to match one of these that's in my action set. So we did actions.wrestling move, so I'll go ahead and just look for that. Wrestling move, and I'll set the priority to something like medium or high. I'll select high. And now when I go over to my full map, hit play, and if I click G, you're going to see that my character performs the kick. And it's as easy as that to call your actions. Like, subscribe, comment below what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember that if you want to make it do damage, you would have to add it to your unarmed overlay, and that's in the previous video that I went over, so feel free to check that out. Thanks for watching Code of the Row. Like, subscribe, join the Discord and Patreon in the link below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.